Next up, let's dive into the game that will be new rivals starting next season. Two new Pac-12 teams taking it on in Fort Collins this past weekend. Washington State taking on Colorado State. Washington State taking care of business 20-3. I want to start off on the Colorado State side, though, because you had Jackson Brousseau, who's making his first career start, and there just wasn't any help for him in this game. And hopefully they don't hold that against him. I'm hoping that's not the case because I think he has a bright future ahead of him if some other things fall in place for him, especially on that offensive line. Again, they lost this game 20-3. He was 19 for 28 in this game for 188 yards, averaged 6.7 yards per carry, did have 21 yards of rushing on the ground as well. But this is my biggest take for the redshirt sophomore here, making his first career start. The first things I took was, one, he continued to grind in this one. He had an amazing, probably the best drive of the game was right before halftime, that 2-minute offense he had before half, drove down. There was multiple drives in this game where they got into scoring territory and they just couldn't capitalize, whether it was a missed field goal or a dumb turnover or a drive would stall out, whatever the case may be. But not much of that, maybe a little, sure, but not much that was on Brousseau's ledger, really in his fault. So definitely things that you can pick up and work on if you're Jackson Brousseau. He got hit a lot, and I don't think PFF or ESPN gave enough credit for those hits. Last time I looked, I think he only had 3 hits on there, but it felt like a ton. The offensive line gave him no help, so many pressures, and especially up the middle, it was a struggle for Brousseau the entire game against Washington State. I thought he did a good job reading the edge rushers, the edge blitzers. I thought he did a good job letting go of the football, making a good reaction throw when he read the blitzes coming from the outside. But the offensive line, again, gave him no help. The pocket broke down, and it happened too often, especially coming through the inside. He'd try to sit in the pocket, and he would have offensive linemen tripping up on him, and he would have to make throws that just were almost impossible, mostly ending up short because of it. I think you find a way to continue to move with him. You don't go back and switch to what you had in the past. You can't do that. You just can't go back to that yet right away. I'm sorry. I just don't think that's the right answer, although it might be the easiest answer because he has been your quarterback for so long in Fowler Nicolosi. But I just don't think you do that right away. There were some good upsides, though. When it comes to the rest of the offense, I thought Marshall, the running back for Kansas State, has a lot of upside, but he did give up a turnover. He was one of those reasons that stalled out one of those drives. Unfortunate, but you can't have that. Those are those type of mistakes when you're trying to get right after losing a tough game to UTSA the week before and then really struggling terribly in this game against Washington State. You can't have those mistakes. Overall, I really think that you just got to find a way to get better. And Jay Norvell might be on the hot seat as well. We talked about Trent Bray possibly being the head coach that needs to go after the season. Heading into the new Pac-12, Norvell might need to be a new coach for Kansas State. There might need to be a new address there. Bullock experiment. That's what I wrote down here. You bringing in this quarterback to do run-only plays on 3rd and short or 4th and short, that's got to go. It's so predictable. It's so predictable when Bullock comes in and he's going to run the football. And on 4th down, you don't even do a quarterback power up the middle. You're not even under center. It was a shotgun and it was a sweep to the outside, to the running back side as well. So predictable, a really strong example why it was taken down for a loss, for a turnover on downs. It just can't happen. That 2-point conversion against UTSA the week before where he made that dreadful pass as well. I think that experiment has to be over moving in for the rest of the season if they want to try and salvage this one and move on for the rest of the year. They're on the road against San Diego State this coming Saturday. Actually, I'm sorry, this Friday night, and we'll see if they can make some kind of rebound. San Diego State only won their game 6-3, so you're right in that category, only scoring 3 points in this one against Washington State this past weekend. The offensive line has to do better, full stop, period, if Colorado State wants to be any better than their 1-3 record so far this season. If they want to win another game this season, that offensive line needs to step up because it is dreadful. It was one of the worst offensive line performances I have watched all season throughout all the college football I've watched. And I would say most definitely the worst offensive line performance I've seen watching Pac-12 in Mountain West football. Easily, hands down. all season long. So that's my takeaway for Washington State defeating Colorado State. From the Colorado side, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Zevi Eckhouse and the Washington State Cougars and their win right here next.